In order to adequately address a humanitarian emergency, it would seem foolish to disregard almost half of humanity's needs, perceptions, and even contributions. And that's the first, most important reason to include the gender perspective. At a social level, I think women are often important agents of change. And especially in the developing world, women tend to have a fairly good sense and specific knowledge of natural systems. So for vegetation, for reef fisheries, and that these natural systems are being affected by this global climate emergency. So it would seem again important to involve women's perspectives on those matters. But not only are natural systems being affected, women themselves are affected by the changes in the natural systems because they are users of those natural systems. The other reason is that women are often affected by at the household level by changes in supplies of electricity or water. And these are salient features of the adverse effects of climate change. There's increases in droughts, floods, disruption in water supply, including disruption in electric supply. So at the social level, that's an important reason. Also, women are important in delivering knowledge at a social level. Young women can be activists. They can go in the delivery of the knowledge about mitigation and adaptation on a door-to-door basis. But they can also be more visible. They can change the invisible to the visible. They can change knowledge which is invisible into a visible level at the household level. They can also make themselves visible in the workforce, in those sectors where they are underrepresented, for example, in mitigation, in renewable energy. We are developing projects that are addressing the mitigation aspect of it. And I've developed renewable energy projects to electrify rural areas in remote atolls, which otherwise would have been supplied by fossil fuels, diesel fuel, to create generators and distribution grids. So at the small organizational level, that's one action. But NGOs such as mine can also interact with governments in our country and through larger organizations such as councils of NGOs, and we're doing exactly that. So the consequence of that is that the governments themselves are involving NGOs in national committees for adaptation, in implementing national adaptation plans. And the governments themselves are conveying the urgency from civil society at an international level.